Hello, this is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles. Are you experiencing a lack of peace in some area of your life? Well, we're going to be talking about how you could see peace and how you could experience peace instead of any kind of conflict or fear or unhappiness that you are experiencing right now. So that's what we're going to talk about, how you could see peace and joy instead of the fear or conflict that you may be experiencing in a particular area of your life right now. And so I'm going to start out with our theme song, which is Teach Only Love, sung by Brother John Christmas at www.johnChristmas.com. That's based on the Course in Miracles, so that we can have a chance to get centered and we can have a chance to gather for this broadcast. So here we go. So breathe and breathe and breathe. Teach only love. That is what you are. Only love. Yes, that is what you are. Teach only love. That is what you are. And teach only love. Everywhere you go, teach only love. To everyone you know, teach only love. Love is what you are. Hey, yeah. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Let me recognize the problem so the problem can be solved. Teach only love. Each and every day, teach only love. In a special way, teach only love. Love is what you are. Welcome, mighty companions. I'm so glad it's time for us to be able to focus on peace instead of something that we might be experiencing in our life right now that's not exactly giving us that, right? So take a breath. I'm going to give you the guidelines for listening to this and watching the Course in Miracles. These are the rules that come from A Course in Miracles itself. I'm Earl Purdy. Remember only this. Remember only this. Remember only this. Remember only this. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. And others may seem to be quite startling. Take a breath. Guess what? You are not asked to judge the ideas at all. You are not asked to analyze the ideas at all. We don't analyze. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. So ask Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. Show me that the ideas are true. Spirit, show me that the ideas are true. And that's it. So let's jump into it. I'm Earl Purdy. I've been a full-time teacher of A Course in Miracles for over 35 years. I've been a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles for over 42 years. I'm here only to be truly helpful. I'm just here to be what? Truly helpful. I am here to represent Spirit and Love, who sent me. Guess what? I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because Spirit, who sent me, will direct me. Love, who sent me, will direct me. I am content to be wherever Spirit wishes, knowing that Spirit goes with me. I will be healed as I let Spirit teach me to heal. I will be healed as I let Spirit, Love, teach me to heal. We're going to be on lesson 34 in the Course in Miracles, the Blue Book, the workbook. It's a text, it's a workbook, and a manual for teachers all in one. So I'm going to be in the workbook on page 50. Page 50 in the workbook. Nope, wrong. I'll be on page 51 in the workbook. Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. And you know what the this is. You know the thing that you've been thinking about or focusing in on that's been keeping you from having peace. So we're going to focus on the idea that you could see peace instead of whatever it is you think you're seeing in this situation. You could see joy. You could see happiness. You could see freedom. You could see abundance. You could see health in this situation that you're in right now, instead of whatever it is you're going through that's causing you any kind of lack of peace. So this is about, how do I look at any situation that I'm going through, that I have some conflict in, and how do I allow myself to focus on the idea that I could see peace, I could have peace instead of conflict, instead of anger, instead of jealousy, instead of feeling separate. Earl Purdy is all about the practical application of the ideas in A Course in Miracles. I'm about, how do you take these teachings and how do you apply these teachings to the situation that you're in right now. So I'm going to take about 30 seconds to 1 minute to repeat what the lesson is for today, because the Course in Miracles, do you know the Course in Miracles teaches that the way that you accept an idea is to repeat it over and over and over. So you might want to do this and say it yourself, and you might want to do it silently or do it aloud. Are you ready? Here we go, here we go, here we go. I could see peace instead of conflict. I could see peace instead of conflict. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of conflict. I could see peace instead of conflict. I could see peace instead of fear. I could see peace instead of fear. I could see peace instead of anger. I could see peace instead of anger. I could see peace instead of depression. I could see peace instead of depression. I could see peace instead of sickness. I could see peace instead of sickness. I could see peace instead of sickness. I could see peace instead of limitation. I could see peace instead of limitation. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Relax, relax. So I'm going to take it slow. The Course in Miracles says take it slow. I'm so glad to be here with you. And I want you to know that this is an opportunity for us to join. I'm so glad that you're here live with me and live with your other mighty companions from all over the world. I have a worldwide audience that tunes in and that watches the replay. So, do you have a situation in your life right now that you know that you are feeling some fear about, or some unhappiness about, or some worry or concern? Do you have an area of your life that you know you're giving yourself some upset about? Do you have one? I want you to pick out a situation that you're thinking of, that a situation that has been causing you fear. Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. And tell yourself, I could see peace. I could see peace instead of this. You could see peace. You could see peace. You could even say you could feel peace instead of fear, instead of conflict, instead of lack. You could, instead of seeing lack, you could see peace. You could see abundance. The idea for today, do you know that the idea that we are covering, what does it do? This idea that you could see peace begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. Sometimes we see fear and separation and guilt and sickness and lack. But seeing peace, that's the condition that prevails in a new way of seeing. Peace goes with a new way of looking at things. Peace goes and comes with another way of looking at things. So what is peace of mind? What is peace of mind? Well, peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. What? I'm the divine repetition teacher. I am your remembering coach. I am your Course in Miracles remembering coach. I am your course coach. I am your course coach. I am your Course in Miracles coach. And the Course in Miracles says that the way you accept a new idea is through repetition, repetition, repetition. And the Course in Miracles says you take it slow. Peace of mind. What is peace of mind? Peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. So what does that mean? It means that peace must begin with your own thoughts. Peace begins with what? Peace begins with your own thinking. Peace begins with your thinking. Peace begins with your thinking. So where does peace begin? Peace begins with your thinking, 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 your thinking. Peace begins with your thinking, your thinking, your thinking, your thinking, your thinking, your thinking. Peace begins with your thinking. Where does peace begin? Peace must begin with your own thoughts. And then peace must extend outward. Peace begins with your own thinking, and then the peace must extend out. So peace isn't something that happens outside of you. Your peace doesn't come from things changing outside of you. Your peace doesn't come from people changing outside of you. Peace doesn't come from circumstances outside of you. What did we just hear from A Course in Miracles? We heard peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. Peace must begin with your own thoughts, with your own thoughts. With whose thoughts? Peace must begin in this situation that you're dealing with right now. Peace must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outward. So if you want a peaceful perception of this situation that you're in, if you want a peaceful perception of this relationship that you're in, if you want a peaceful perception of the circumstance that you're in, then it is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. So where does a peaceful perception of the world come from? A peaceful perception of the world comes from your peace of mind. Your peace of mind. Your peace of mind will give you a peaceful perception of this situation. So peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. Do you know that peace begins with your own thoughts? Do you know peace begins with your own thinking, and then from your own thinking, peace extends outward into your perceptions and experiences of your world. So it is from your peace of mind. Whose peace of mind? It is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. That's right. Peace is an inside job. Say what? Peace is an inside job. Say it. What? Peace is a what? Peace is an inside job. You could see peace instead of what you are seeing in this situation that you're in. You could see peace instead of this fear. You could see peace, you could feel peace, and you could see peace. So what do we need to do? Well, the Course in Miracles says that we need at least 3 longer practice periods for this exercise. You need to do 1 practice period in the morning, and do you know you need to do 1 practice period in the evening? And you need to practice this at any time that seems to be conducive to doing this. So once in the morning, once in the evening, and any other time you need it. Do this once in the morning, once in the evening, and any time else that you need it. So as much as you can, how would you do this exercise? All applications should be done with your eyes closed if possible. All applications should be done with your eyes closed. I talk in the rhythm sometime, sometime I talk in the rhythm sometime, because it's harder to ignore rhythm sometime. So when should you do this? Once in the morning, once in the evening, and at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness. How should you do it? With your eyes closed? With your eyes closed? Why should you do this with your eyes closed? Because it is your inner world, your inner world. It is your inner world to which the application of today's idea should be made. So you are to apply this really to your mind first. I know you attempted to try to apply the idea that you could see peace to the situation or circumstance or person, but that's not what the Course in Miracles is saying, that you should do it first. It says at first, you close your eyes and you apply this idea to your inner world. So what is today's idea? What is today's idea? Today's idea is that you could see peace instead of fear. You could see peace instead of conflict. You could see peace instead of lack. You could see peace instead of worry. You could see peace instead of sickness. You could see peace instead of lack. You could see peace instead of loneliness. You could see peace in this situation that you're in right now. So what is it that you need to do first? Would you like to know what you need to do to start to see peace in this situation? You have to do something to your mind. What is it that you need to do to your mind to move in the direction of peace? You must search your mind. You must search your mind. You must do some mind searching. We're going to do some mind searching. So what is it you need to search your mind for? What is it that the Course in Miracles is asking you to search and look for in your mind? Search your mind for fear thoughts. Search your mind for thoughts of fear. I want you to search your mind for any thoughts of fear that you have. Search your mind for any kind of fear thoughts. Search your mind. So don't repress. We're not going to do a spiritual bypass. A Course in Miracles isn't asking you to be positive. Actually, if you want to see peace instead of if you want to see peace instead of fear, if you want to see peace instead of anxiety-provoking situations, if you want to see peace instead of personalities and people that offend you, if you want to see peace instead of events that upset you, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts, what you must do is search your mind. Don't repress, don't pretend that you feel anything other than the way you feel right now. So what is it that you're being asked to do? The Course in Miracles is saying, especially hatred for someone counts, for sure. Search your mind for any kind of thought, an angry thought, a hateful thought, a worrying thought. Search it, because those are all thoughts of fear. Hate is fear. Hate is nothing but an extreme form of fear. Lack is nothing but an extreme form of fear. So I want you to, so if you've been upset and angry and feeling any kind of fear or conflict or separation, and it's been going through your mind and it's been concerning you about anything, then you need to bring that up to awareness. And when you bring those thoughts of fear up, and when you bring those situations up that provoke anxiety in you, when you bring those thoughts up about people who offend you, or events that upset you, or anything else that you're harboring unloving thoughts about, what is it that you are supposed to do? You are supposed to note those thoughts. Note all those fearful thoughts, those upsetting thoughts. You are to note those thoughts casually. So as you think those thoughts that concern you and worry you, when you're thinking those thoughts that upset you or frighten you, as you see those thoughts and worries come up, you are to say, I could see peace instead of this fear thought. I could see peace instead of this thought of fear. I could see peace instead of this thought of fear. I could see peace instead of this thought of fear. I could see peace instead of this anxiety-provoking situation. I could see peace instead of this situation that's making me feel anxiety. I could see peace instead of this situation that's making me feel anxiety. This is the way you do the exercise. Whatever the fearful negative thoughts that come up, you say as that thought comes up in a very unhurried manner, okay? You note those thoughts that upset you. As these thoughts come up in your mind, you say, okay, I have this thought of fear. I could see peace instead of this fear. I have some anxiety about this situation. I could see peace instead of feeling this anxiety that I have about this situation. I could see peace instead of the thoughts that I'm having about this person that's offending me, or this event that's offending me or frightening me. Note all of these thoughts. Don't run away from these thoughts. Watch these thoughts, these ego thoughts come up, and let each fear thought go to be replaced by the next thought. So if you have a lot of thoughts that are upsetting you one after another, something that you're worrying about, as that thought comes up in your mind, as that thought comes up in your mind, as that thought that comes up, that concern, that belief that comes up, say, I could see peace instead of this thought, and I could see peace instead of that thought, and I could see peace instead of that circumstance. I could see peace instead of that offending personality. I could see peace instead of this event that is causing me upset by the way that I'm looking at it. I could see peace about this situation, being able to pay this bill, or I could see peace in this pressure that I'm feeling on the job. I could see peace instead of pressure. I could feel peace instead of pressure. I could feel peace instead of fear. You could feel peace instead of fear. You could feel peace instead of anxiety. You could feel peace instead of feeling offended. You could feel peace about this event. You could feel peace instead of this unloving thought. So as these ego thoughts, as these fear thoughts come up, you watch them come up. You let that fear come up. You let that upset come up. And as it comes up, what do you say? I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. I could feel peace instead of this. Tell yourself, you could feel peace instead of this. You could feel peace instead of that. You could feel peace. You could feel peace. You could feel peace instead of this. You could feel peace instead of this. You could feel peace instead of that. You could feel peace. You could see peace. You could feel peace as the thought comes up. Now, if you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific subjects, if you find yourself having a hard time thinking of things that upset you, just continue to repeat the idea to yourself. If you can't think of anything in particular, if you can't think of anything specifically, all you have to do is what? Say, I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. Repeat the idea in an unhurried manner. But what is it that you need to be sure of? Be sure not to make any specific exclusions. Did you hear what I just said? Don't exclude anything or anybody that you are feeling upset or a lack of peace about. Don't leave anyone out. Don't leave anything out. So what is next? What is next? What is next? You need to do some short applications. You are to make some short applications of this idea. And how often should you make short applications of, I could see peace instead of this? You need to make frequent short applications whenever you feel like your peace of mind is being threatened in any way. Whenever you feel your peace is being threatened in any way. Whenever you feel like your happiness is being threatened in any way. Whenever you feel like your joy and your freedom and your total fulfillment is being threatened in any way, you go, I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of you. I could see peace instead of seeing you. You could also say that when it comes to a person. You could go, I could see peace instead of you. You could see love. I could see love instead of this. I could see joy instead of this. I could see happiness instead of this. I could feel joy instead of this pain. I could feel peace instead of this conflict. I could feel freedom instead of this sense of limitation and bondage. You could see peace. Every time you have a negative, fearful thought, let that negative, fearful thought be a catalyst for you to tell yourself, I could see peace instead of this. I could feel peace instead of what I'm feeling about this. Tell yourself, you could see peace instead of this. You could see peace instead of chaos on your job. You could see peace instead of chaos on your job. You could see peace instead of the chaos that you may be going through with your partner. You could see peace instead of the lack that you may think is going on in your bank account. You could see peace. You could see peace. You could see peace right now. You could see peace. You could see peace. You hear me repeating it? Do you notice that if you're following along in the book, that it's telling you to do what kind of applications? It's telling you to do frequent applications. And that's what we're doing. We are doing what the Course in Miracles says do, so that we can have a miracle. You are entitled to miracles. You are entitled to miracles. You are entitled to miracles. And you're doing what's necessary to have the miracle. So whenever your peace of mind is threatened in any way, do a short application of this idea by going, I could see peace instead of this. So what is your purpose? What is the purpose of this? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? What is your purpose? What is the purpose? According to A Course in Miracles, what is the purpose according to the Course in Miracles? What's the purpose of this? Why are you doing this? What are you doing it for? I'm going to tell you right now. The purpose is to protect yourself. The purpose of doing this is to protect yourself. The purpose of doing this is to protect yourself. That's why you're doing this. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation. The temptation to be afraid, the temptation to be in conflict, the temptation to be in lack, the temptation to believe that you're separate from your source, the temptation to feel like you're separate from God, the temptation to feel like you're separate from love. The purpose of doing this, the purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. What? The purpose is to protect yourself from fear, from lack, from anger, from the ego throughout the day. So if a specific form of temptation to lose your peace comes up, if you have a specific form of temptation that arises in your awareness to forget your purpose, which is to see peace instead of this, you want to see peace instead of that. You want to see peace instead of this. You want to see peace instead of that. So if a specific form of temptation arises in your awareness the exercise should take this form. This is what you do. Notice this is a practical application of the course. I want to teach people who want to actually apply these ideas. That's who I want to support. People who are ready to actually change their mind. So if you see that you are feeling tempted to give up your peace and to lose your peace, then this is what you should do. This is what you should do. Say, I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in this situation. Okay, you ready? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Take a breath. Get ready. If you can, close your eyes. And let me say it. Let me say this. Let me say this for you. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could feel peace in this situation instead of what you now see in this situation. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in this situation. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in this situation. You could see peace in this situation. You could see peace in this situation. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. Now say it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. Say it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. Now, I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. Go. I could feel peace in this situation. 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 I could feel peace in this relationship. I could feel peace in this relationship. I could feel peace in this. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. Say it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now feel in it. You could see peace in this situation. You could feel peace. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. Are you with me? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? This is what you say whenever you're feeling that temptation to lose your peace about something or someone or some situation. Now, so what do you do if the inroads on your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions? In other words, if the inroads of your peace take the form of depression, if the inroads on your peace of mind take the form of anxiety, if the inroads on your peace of mind take the form of worry, then what you do is you use the idea in its original form. So in other words, if you're feeling depressed, you just go, I could see peace instead of this depression. I could feel peace instead of this depression. If you're feeling anxiety, you go, I could see peace instead of anxiety. I could see peace instead of anxiety. I could feel peace instead of anxiety. If you're worrying about something, you go, I could see peace instead of worry. I could see peace instead of worry. Instead of worry, I could see peace. Instead of worry, I could feel peace. Do you notice that I close my eyes a lot? Because we were told to do this as much as possible with our eyes closed. So if you find you need more than one application of this idea that you could see peace, if you find you need more than one application of today's idea to help you change your mind, because the truth is you're probably going to need more than one application of this idea to change your mind. But just think of how many times you would apply this idea if you applied this idea to every thought of anxiety and depression and fear that would come up for you during the day. You might be applying this 100 times a day. And whatever you focus on, that's what you perceive, that's what you experience, that's what you make for yourself. It's whatever you focus on. So if you're using everything that gives you conflict to make you focus on peace, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have more peace. So try to take several minutes. What should you do with those several minutes? You should take those several minutes and devote those several minutes to repeating the idea that you could see peace instead of the anxiety or the depression or the worry. Repeat the idea. How many times did you repeat the idea that you see peace, you could see peace? How many times should you repeat the idea you could see peace? Well, you need to repeat the idea until you feel some relief. That's how long you repeat the idea. If it takes you 10 times before you feel relief, if it takes 1,000 times before you feel release and relief, then you need to say it that many times. Every time a negative, fearful, angry thought comes up, your first response should be, you know what, I could feel peace instead of this crap I'm feeling right now. I could feel peace instead of this anger that I'm feeling right now. I could feel peace instead of this upset that I'm feeling right now. It might help you if you tell yourself specifically, what is it that you need to tell yourself? Tell yourself, I can replace my feelings of depression with peace. I can replace my feelings of anxiety with peace. I can replace my worry with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this situation with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this situation with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this person with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this person with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this event with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this event with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this circumstance with peace. It might help you if you tell yourself specifically. That's right, you could feel peace instead of this conflict that you're feeling about money stuff. I can replace my feelings of depression with peace. I can replace my feelings of depression with peace. I can replace my feelings of depression with peace. I can replace my feelings of depression with peace. I can replace my feelings of anxiety with peace. I can replace my feelings of anxiety with peace. I can replace my feelings of anxiety with peace. I can replace my feelings about this situation with peace. I can replace my feelings about this situation with peace. You know the situation. If you were really sincere about letting your anxiety and fear go, you should be doing everything that the Course in Miracles is suggesting through me. So tell yourself, I can replace my feelings, I can replace my thoughts about this relationship with peace. I can replace my thoughts about this relationship with peace. You can replace your thoughts about that relationship with peace. You can replace your thoughts about that relationship with peace. You can replace your thoughts about that relationship with peace. You can replace your thoughts about that situation with peace. You can replace your feelings of depression, anxiety, and worry, or your thoughts about this situation or circumstance or a personality or event. You can replace it with peace. Now, I'm going to do a quick recap. We're going to do a powerful concluding exercise together because I love you, mighty companions. I treasure you. I'm a full-time teacher of A Course in Miracles. I do it on a donation basis. And if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, you can go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com. Purdy, P-U-R-D-Y. You can also use Venmo. You can use the Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. All you need is my email address, and my email address is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. I'm available for one-on-one coaching, mentoring, counseling sessions called Clarity Sessions, where you work with me on a one-on-one so that you can get past those situations that are causing you depression, anxiety, and worry. You can get past those situations that are in personalities and events, and we can work together and how you can have peace and a solution using the principles of the Course and all the new thought experiences and learnings that I've had over the last 43 years. I'm here to be truly helpful. You don't have to go through whatever you're going through without support. You don't have to go through it alone. So if you want to have a one-on-one with me, it's called a clarity session, You just go to my website, www.earlpurdy.com, and it'll give you all the details, and you can self-book a session right from my website. You can self-book a personal session with me right from my website. Yes, yes, yes. On Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, on Facebook Live, on the Earl Purdy page, on Facebook. I do another Facebook Live on A Course in Miracles at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And you can attend in person if you're in the Denver, Colorado area. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, you just come to 1555 Race Street. 1555 Race, R-A-C-E, Street. Zip is 80206. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook. I do this particular presentation called Hardcore A Course in Miracles. That's at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's only online. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And I also upload all of my classes to YouTube. So I have hundreds of classes on YouTube. YouTube. Just Google my name or just go to YouTube. I'm here to be truly helpful. So I have classes on Facebook that you can watch. You can watch the replay of this, and also I have lots of classes on YouTube, all available to you. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to take a few minutes. So if you're somewhere that you can close your eyes and let me for a while do it for you, and then at the end we can do it together. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I appreciate you all so much, more than you can imagine. So you have to listen and watch this at least 4 times. And I would like for you to help me out. Would you share my videos? It doesn't take long to do it, especially on Facebook or even on YouTube. Share them, please. I appreciate it. Are you ready? So if you're where you can close your eyes, might not be, then let me say this for you. Let me say it for you. Let me say it for you. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. You could feel peace in this situation instead of what you now feel in it. You could feel peace in this situation instead of what you now feel in it. You could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in this situation. Let me talk to you now. Mighty companion, you could see peace in this situation instead of what you now see in it. Mighty companion, I know this situation may be a challenging situation. I know this situation may be making you feel some fear, some anxiety, or some worry. So you need to tell yourself, whenever those feelings come up, you need to tell yourself, I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. Say it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in that situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in that situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in that situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in that situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could see peace in this relationship. I could see peace in this relationship instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this relationship instead of what I now see in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. I could feel peace in this situation instead of what I now feel in it. So we have about 5 minutes. And don't forget, it's the repetition. It's the repetition. So when you feel that temptation, to give your peace up, then let yourself listen to this lesson. Let yourself say what this lesson is saying. Because your understanding that your peace is an inside job. Your peace is an internal situation. Your peace begins with your own thinking. Your peace begins with your own thoughts. And then your peace must extend outward into your world. from your own thoughts. So it's from your peace of mind. Do you know it's from your peace of mind that your peaceful perceptions of the world, they will come from your peace of mind. Your peace of mind. It's an internal matter. It's your inner world that we're working on. It's your inner mind, your inner thoughts. So what do? You do what you do all day. You know, you might have some thoughts of fear and anxiety and come up during the day, but that's just part of the exercise. See it as part of the exercise. And as these thoughts come up, as these fearful thoughts come up, then repeat the idea. Okay, I've got this thought of fear coming up. I got this anxiety-provoking situation coming up. I have this offensive personality, a person in front of me. I have some things that I have unloving, fearful thoughts about. So as those thoughts come up, you note those thoughts. How do you note those thoughts? You note those thoughts casually. You watch these thoughts come up in your mind, and and as each one comes up, you say, I could see peace instead of this. I could feel peace instead of this. And then you let that thought go. And then when the next thought of concern or worry come up, you go, I could see peace instead of this. I could feel peace instead of this. And then you go, I could feel peace instead of this. You could feel peace instead of depression. You could feel peace instead of this anxiety. You could feel peace instead of this anxiety. You could feel peace instead of this worry. You could feel peace instead of your thoughts about this situation. You could feel peace instead of your thoughts and feelings about this personality or event. So that means you can replace your feelings of depression. You can replace your feelings of anxiety. You can replace your feelings of worry with peace. With peace. Mighty companions, I love you. I appreciate you. You're such a blessing. You give me an opportunity to focus on the Course in Miracles. What it actually says, how you should apply the ideas. I'm about the practical application of A Course in Miracles. That's what I'm all about. I'm about the practical application of A Course in Miracles. That's what I'm all about. You must give it some attention and study if you want to have the miracles that the Course in Miracles is promising. It's going to take some attention and study. So, mighty companions, I love you. I'm going to cruise on away from here now. So I'm so glad that I'm with you. I could see peace, and I am seeing peace with you. I'm feeling peace with you. I'm feeling love with you, and I'm feeling innocent with you, and I'm feeling free with you. So I have replaced any fear and anxiety that I was feeling with joy and with gratitude. The joy and gratitude that I'm feeling about being here with you. Mighty companions, may the Course be with you. Don't forget, 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time on Sunday, the Earl Purdy page, and 7 p.m. on Thursdays, Mountain Time, on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, Hardcore Course in Miracles. Love you.